The government of the day is physically, monetarily, legally, and everything that will undermine democracy, they are involved. And we say this with fact because we saw what happened to the Labour Party. We saw the government of the day. We are not speaking because we want to speak. We saw how the minister of the FCT was saying that don't worry to the FCT, to the president. I'm going to hold down ABC political party for you. I mean, just justify to me. We should work together as a team to save this country. We have leaders who are, with all due respect, criminally minded, and they don't care. They don't care whether you survive or not as long as they are surviving. The country is going down. We are sinking like Titanic ship. We are sinking at a fast rate. So a Nafiu or any other person should not join in this particular action. He should not. Because the people will revolt against him, not even me. The people will revolt against him no matter what he makes out of this particular situation, no matter how much money he makes, it will finish. We've seen people like that. It will finish and you will not have anything to refer back to.
But has the party tried to reach out to him to say...
The party members are doing everything possible. But I'm even speaking to his conscience. I'm even speaking directly to his conscience.
On today's edition of the program, our guest is the Global Coordinator, Obidient Movement Worldwide, Dr. Tanko Yinusa. Good to have you on the program once again.
Thank you very much for having me.
How has it been?
Well, it's been a very hectic task, and we've been doing the best we can.
And the season, we're just stepping in. It's like we're
Sliding
into the market. All right, let's start on a very high. The entire country, if you like, can say is in a state of mourning. Gunmen attacked Angwarukuba community in Jos North. That was on Palm Sunday. And the official death toll puts at 12. But other independent reports like Reuters, BBC, the New York Times said over 40 people were killed. What is really happening? Do we still have a country?
Well, we have a country, but in a total disarray. And unfortunately, the level of decay in the system is so high, with no respect for human dignity, lives, and properties of human beings. I was about to go to Maiduguri for a program, and that was when I was told the attack took place in Maiduguri, and hundreds of people were being killed. Then when we were talking about visiting, we just left Katsina State, we were talking about visiting Jos Plateau State, with His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi. We were told that another killing spree has taken place in Jos. The only thing that we did not do was to stop in the mid-air and turn around and head towards Jos. Because, to be truthful with you, I'm tired of all of us complaining and talking about it in the media only. Writing statements, talking about it, we condemn it. You know, it has to stop. You cannot continue to make statements and we are condemning it and all. There must be a more proactive action that will show the people that you care about them. And that was what His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi wanted to do on that day. He said, can this plane just turn around and then head us towards Jos? Let us go and be with the people. Let's speak to them. Let's mourn with them. And this is what our leaders can't do, those of them who are in position of power. I saw the governor coming into that particular place with an armoured tank. That's to show that he was protecting himself as against the people. He ought to be there with them, body to body, so that they can feel that this is their own governor. And that's what we would have done. Because we can't continue to expect the people to be responsive to us when we are not responsive to them. It was the former president of the former head of state of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Sani Abacha, who said that if a crime is being committed and it's 24 hours without government doing anything, the government is part of it.
We'll analyze that in the light of what Sheikh Gumi said the other time, that the government is aware of these terrorists by name and location, and also the AFP's report, when some students of Niger State were kidnapped, that the government paid about 2 to 10 billion naira.
That is aiding and abetting.
So, when you hear things like that, where does it leave us?
Well, it's just to show you that the government is incapacitated in running the affair of governance. It clearly shows that, because I remember vividly well when Sheikh Mahmoud Gumi was saying that anywhere he goes with the police, he goes with the DSS, he goes with the Nigerian army, and all other security apparatus, they go with him. So it is easy to locate the vicinity of these individuals. Whatever it is that it takes, please stop the killing. Please. There are other ways to ventilate anger, but not killing people arbitrarily without any support. It is not. God does not even permit it. That's the most interesting thing. In the Quran, it says that even at the point of your death, when you know you are dying, you don't have the power of taking your soul. It is criminally punishable by God, even if you die in that particular process. So now talk about somebody who killed somebody. There's no justification. Not at all.
Let's look at the appearance of the governor of Plateau State, Caleb Mutfwang.
Yes.
Appearing in heavy security and armored personnel carrier, and saying he will protect them. With that kind of atmosphere, a fearful governor, how does he engender hope and confidence?
He sends the wrong signal to the people that the governor is out to protect himself only, not them, which is swore by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as enshrined in Chapter 2 of that Constitution. I will protect the lives and properties of every citizen. And he failed to do that. In other countries, developed countries, many of these governors would have resigned, not stay in power. They would have resigned and let the people protect themselves because they cannot protect them.
President Tinubu condemned the attack and issued fresh orders to the security agencies to apprehend the perpetrators, vowing he will leave no stone unturned. We've heard this thing over and over again, and we are asking, at what point will this confession become overt failure on his part?
How many stones have we turned since the stone had been turning on his head on his own for years? They took over a government that has similar situation. Prior to that, a similar situation. Well, anybody that wants to become a leader should assess these predecessors, where there are minuses and where there are pluses. When there are minuses, that is where you're supposed to plug that particular hole, and that will show that you have achieved something. But in this case, none of the above, except what has increased. Is it in terms of economy or in decay in the educational system? Or are we talking about the taxations on the people? Or we're talking about the issue of dwindling economy? These are facts that are staring me and you in the face. I even was wondering, maybe because my economy is not good enough to look at these indices. We are a country that produces oil. Yet the situation that is happening in another country is affecting our own production in our own oil. It's quite absurd. It's not as if that we could not produce at home. If we are importing, I can understand that yes, we are importing, so we have to pay for the cost of importation and all of that. We are producing at home. And yet, we allow people to make the poor people on the streets. And we say we are governing? Oh, no.
Let's even marry that to the fact that government is not taking any steps to mitigate the challenges of this particular skyrocketing energy prices. The likes of Namibia, they've cut levies on fuel for the next 3 months to mitigate this problem. India, Kenya, and other countries. Even in Iran, where they are fighting, the price of fuel is still the same. So why is it difficult for our government to look at mitigating this problem?
That is the ineptitudeness of the government and the incapacitation of the government to perform. We are not disparaging any government. We are just saying it the way it is. And that is why criminality begets criminality. If we've had credible elections and credible leaders become the leaders of this country, they will have brought in people who have impeccable character, who are ready to think outside the box, around the box, on top or bottom of the box to solve problems. But obviously, this particular government does not have a single idea of how to deal with the issue of governance. It is very clear, with all due respect, because there's no way this particular issue has not affected even the government on its own. It has. They have families. They have families who are not in government, they are everywhere. But the economic situation has gone beyond your single imagination. And we expect Nigerians to be happy? Oh no, they cannot.
It is argued that over 1,000 people have been killed in 2026. That's official figure. Because, when we talk about official figure, there are tendencies that the figures can be higher. At the rate this is going, we are looking at 4,000 Nigerians dead by December.
What has happened to people in Jos, Maiduguri, Zamfara, or any part of the northern states can easily happen to me. So because it's happening to them does not mean I'm infallible or I'm being protected. No. So before it happens to me, it is good that I shout on top of the roof so that we can find solution to the problem. Government should not shut its doors. Where they are incapacitated, they should look for solutions. There are Nigerians who can, it's not only on the talk show, just the way I'm saying. No. We've identified the problems. And the question is, have we ever arrested one single soul in respect of all of this heinous crime? If we have, what are they saying? What is the discussions? What are the reasons that have led them to do all of this? If it's just beyond our local enclave and it has to do with the international community, who have we wronged? What did we do to them? Let them find a solution, please. They should forgive us and stop this killing. And if the government is incapacitated and it cannot perform in solving the problem, the best thing the government can do is to resign and give it to some people that can deal with the matter. Because the truth about it is that where they fail not to do what they're supposed to do, this particular killing will come to them. So before it comes to them, let them find somebody who can help in solving the problem.
But do you agree that the opposition also has not put them on their toes?
How? We've been shouting on our rooftop. They are even trying to strangulate us. Talking became difficult. Those who have been talking, some of them are already being gagged. They are in prison at the moment now. We that were having a little voice to talk myself, they are trying to make sure that our voice is not being heard. So I don't know. The opposition are building up gradually. You can see the influx of Engineer Yinusa Tanko and all other people. They are coming into the opposition so that they can be able to put the government on their toes. But the truth about it is that, does the government really care? There's a difference between you. I look at you and I say you are a thief. And when you know you are not a thief, you will fight every tooth and nail in order to clear them. Right? But all accusations that have been made, did you see this government only fighting against what they have been accused of? No. What they do is only defend what they have done. They only defend what they have done. Not to say, no, we do not do X, Y, Z, and with verifiable facts.
Do you know why Nigerians at times feel that the oppositions are enabling them? Because we also in Nigeria, when they were in opposition, we saw all the things that they did, which the present opposition parties have not done half of it. That's why Nigerians are saying, it looks as if the opposition is enabling the government to continue on their path.
Every step you take requires funding, agitation, mobilization, and at the same time, you must have a critical background that will protect that particular entity, call your home. The truth about it is that people are being gagged, people have been stiffened, people have been jailed while they even make those particular statements. The difference between this government and the previous government were still playing to the rules and regulation of the law. This particular government does not recognize the law. And I'll say this with all level of facts. How do you explain to me a country is being run for 12 months and yet there was no budget? A country is being run where people are being arrested, yet you cannot be able to justify why they are being arrested or even charge them to court accordingly. A country is being run where laws that are supposed to govern the people are being falsified in the interest of the office holder. A country is being run at the moment now where using of weapons and other items of mass destruction can easily come in without anybody detecting it. As long as if you are a member of the government, it doesn't matter. Only when you are in opposition that you become a danger to the government. Merit, credibility, and lack of criminality does not really matter to this particular government. These are the true situations that we find ourselves. And so it takes a lot of might, determination, courage to be able to speak truth to power. It's not something that you can wake up in a day and think you can do. Yes, when they had the opportunity, they were putting the government on their toes because the government was allowing freedom of speech and association, as the case may be. Somebody may take me on and say, I'm not speaking now, but I'm speaking with a lot of, not fear, but with a lot of doubt whether the government would even listen to what I'm saying.
There was a time you argued that Tinubu's attempt at a one-party state or one-party country will fail. Now we've seen over 30 governors. We've seen them having massive majority at the National Assembly. Party structures are collapsing. And if you look at all of these things, you are tempted to conclude that we are in a one-party state.
I am still maintaining it will not happen. Because that is not democracy. And it's the people who have marshaled out democracy will not even allow it to happen. Even we as a people will not allow it to happen. And it's already coming to pass. Because majority of the people who have been gagged are now reverting back to form an opposition of other coalition political parties.
But when you look at out of 36 governors, you have 32 thereabouts now in one political party.
It doesn't matter. They were only going because of what they are going to get. And some of them, I can tell you truthfully that they are not fully with this government. I can tell you that one. And it's already manifesting anyway. And it is the people now against this government. Do you hear what's going on recently? People are being told, those who are in government, that they should be careful when they go out to campaign. They should be wearing helmets because the people are ready to give them stones, throw stones at them. There's going to be rain of stones because the people are tired. They are tired, they are hungry. They cannot continue with this kind of pressure.
But these same people who are also tired and hungry, poverty has been weaponized. Some of them, 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira, they can sell their votes.
That will be the lot of anybody who engage in that. The same people who were on the pulpit and in the altar speaking for this particular government are the one now talking about them in mosques and in the churches. So collect 1,000 at the detriment of your people and your family for the next 4 years. 1,000 naira. Let it determine your face and how you feed, how you take care of your children. It's reaching to that particular level. So, yes, because poverty has been weaponized, but the people will resist it. It has reached to that level. And that is when we will start getting our democracy right. When people now know that $1, 1 naira does not really matter. You only have to have principled political parties who are ready to build a country for you and for your future. The government of the day is physically, monetarily, legally, and everything that will undermine democracy, they are involved. And we say this with fact, because we saw what happened to the Labour Party. We saw the government of the day. We are not speaking because we want to speak. We saw how the minister of the FCT was saying that, don't worry to the president, I'm going to hold down ABC political party for you. I mean, just justify to me. How do you have Angulu de Kanzabo in Hausa language?
What does that mean?
How do you have a vulture head with the head of a guinea fowl head? How do you explain it? And that's exactly what's happening with the likes of the FCT minister and the PDP and the APC. If you want to eat moi for crying out loud. Don't go and do akara and say you are eating moi and you justify it. The cases in the court are very clear. The cases in the court are very evidently clear. Today, with all due respect to our courts, they dance to the tunes of the government. And we are appealing to them, they have a country to save. I know there are good men in our law, in our judiciary. They are very good people. I just pray that the goodness of those particular men overshadow those who are giving them a bad name. Yes, everybody needs money, but don't take money that will hang your truth. You should be able to explain. So I appeal to all our law enforcement agencies. We have a country to save. Don't think that probably whatever it is that you are doing today, because you are earning a lot of money, will survive you. No. I'm not sounding philosophical here, and I'm probably sounding religiously. No. It's a fact. Take an indices of those who are rich, who are in position of power. I was just analyzing the Gaddafi a while ago. Muammar Gaddafi did extremely well for his people. But look at the way they killed him, like a rat. So anything can happen to you. And you have a double jeopardy because God will punish you at the same time after you've left. So why don't you just try and protect yourself now? Do the right thing. Governance is not because you want to enrich yourself. No. Governance for you to protect the people and hope that God will forgive you and put you in paradise. People think that it doesn't exist. It does. We have a nation to say, look, maybe people don't already understand the quantum of the situation in which we are. Maybe people don't understand. I'm talking about a situation where all of us as a nation depend on a two-edged sword to survive, being thrown at us in the middle of the sea. That if one person can hold it and we survive, all of us are alive. That is the situation in which we are. At this point in time, people should not start thinking that probably none of them can survive this. No. We should work together as a team to save this country. We have leaders who are, with all due respect, criminally minded, and they don't care. They don't care whether you survive or not, as long as they are surviving. The country is going down. We are sinking like Titanic ship. We are sinking at a fast rate. So everybody should try as much as you can to help us in fighting. So a Nafiu or any other person should not join in this particular action. He should not. Because if he does, there's a very possibility that he may not be able to go back to his own family. Because the people will revolt against him, not even me. The people will revolt against him, no matter what he makes out of this particular situation, no matter how much money he makes, it will finish. We've seen people like that. It will finish and you will not have anything to refer back to.
But has the party tried to reach out to him to say...
The party members are doing everything possible, but I'm even speaking to his conscience. I'm even speaking directly to his conscience.
But he said Nigerian politicians don't have principles.
Then if what about him himself? You're talking about yourself. When you are in your grave, I'm not sharing your grave with me. It is me and me only. If I'm in that grave, it's 6 feet. In Islam, the more I died now, next minute they have buried me. And when they buried me naked the way I come. The clothes that they buried me with is just white, as him as a Muslim. It's just white. And the white will be shared, will open, so that my body will be touching the ground. Justice starts immediately in that grave. Maybe for some people don't know. The justice on you starts immediately in that grave. They will be asking you questions. What did you do when you are given opportunity to live? Did you justify the cause of what you are doing? If you refuse to answer by your mouth, every part of your body will be responding and in writing. I'm giving you the Quranic position, confirmed from any malam.
The Nigerian politicians, are they not aware?
All of them are aware.
The other Christians are...
All of them are aware. All of them are aware. But they think it's a joke. They think it's a joke.
All right. You accuse the APC government sometime of pushing through certain clauses in the 2026 Electoral Act ahead of the 2027 elections. You argue that these things had potentials of them manipulating it. Can you probably give us an insight into one or two of such clauses and how you think the APC is likely to manipulate it to retain power?
We talked about the issue of electronic reportage of the elections. And then the party or the Electoral Act, using the position of the party, using the legality, false legality in the legislature to pass that law that in case if there is no network. So I wonder if they want to transfer money, like I said the other time, they transfer money and network is available. It is shameful for any lawmaker in Nigeria to say part of Nigeria does not have a network. And I give an example. When you want to transfer money, you use probably a Zenith Bank. And when you transfer to the Zenith Bank immediately uses its own network and makes sure that it gets to the person at real time. At the time in which you are transferring, it goes easily without any hitches. It doesn't mean that probably that is when you transfer the money. By the time they are transferring the money, it goes straight. And now you are telling me that in the case that they don't have a network. Who told you? India, with over how many millions of people, conducted election in one day, and the result came out in one day, even when there was having only one voter. Come on. What kind of insult is that? And in fact, we're supposed to hold responsible any senator or any member of the House of Representatives that is saying that there is no networking. That means he has failed in his responsibility to support his people. It is not acceptable. So that is not an excuse whatsoever.
And what do you make of the provision that forging any document or material should not be?
That is the criminality in our system. That's what I was saying earlier on. How can you justify the issue of saying that X, Y, Z? That means what you are saying is that we should just close down the schools. Just close down going to primary school and then let us go to forgery school and become an expert. Let's go to forgery school, everybody go and become an expert. Not only Chicago, even Harvard and all. Just go to, the government should probably just name another new university or primary school. They should tell you from kindergarten or forgery school, then to secondary school, then to the university. So most of our people would go in there. If that's what they want. Because what they just did now is just telling the Nigerian youth that you don't need to go to school. It's useless. It's useless. It's criminality against, in fact, criminality against themselves, not even against the people. We should use this opportunity. Nigerians should be angered to this opportunity. All those lawmakers must be recalled. They should go back home. They don't have any use.
But we know how difficult it is to go through the process.
They should not vote for them. We have another opportunity coming up now. Should not vote for them. Because they didn't do the right thing. They did not even represent them well. They did not even have credibility as a people. Integrity was completely lost. You will want to cry when you hear your own lawmakers supporting heinous crime against your own state. And yet, these are the same people that will use our own money, our own taxpayers' money, enrich themselves, put money in their own, use the best cars, neglecting even our locally produced cars like Innocent and the rest of them, use the best cars, then send their children to go to abroad and go and learn. They send them to Harvard and all. And then they come back again and govern us. Are we slaves?
They do these things because some persons argue that does our vote really count?
Our vote counts, but some people try to undermine it. But you see, and this is where we need to show courage to everybody. I had an opportunity, maybe because I was an IPAC chairman and I interviewed some of the INEC staffs. And they told me that, sir, nobody will rig election if you have full agents covering and the people are there. And I tend to agree with them. And that was why, when I became the national coordinator of Obidient Movement, I told all of my people, from day one, I said it, every ward, every polling unit, we must have less than 10%. That was why I call it Operation 10-10. Because the more you have people around the polling unit, the more you protect your vote. It's a simple exercise. 10 people protecting, apart from people voting. 500 people are expected to vote at each polling unit. 500. Mostly we don't get more than 200, 100, the highest we get. Okay? So let's assume you have 50 or 60 of you people in each of the polling units. You'll be able to know the result of what took place at that polling unit. Let's cascade it around 10 polling units around a local government. You have 10 or 20% in each of it. You will have your result immediately in your hand. Documented. Not only by word, because you will snap the picture and then the agent will also collect a copy of that result, signed. If the result is blood, you demand for the right result. You people can shout and scream on top of your head. It's about your survival. We've done it before. People have protected their votes. Because the question you ask a person like Obi is, would you protect our vote? And no, it is we that will protect that particular vote. And the INEC official was correct. He said, if we do that, we will follow that same result. Because we have a copy already. When they are collating in their devil collation center, we will have our own result and announce immediately that this is it. This is what we were able to collate at that particular polling unit. So anything contrary to that, that is not our result. This is our result. It has reached that point.
But also, you know, there are laws against announcing the result until.
No, unless if it's not verified result by INEC, we post the way they are posting. Let them contradict it. We post it the way they are posting it. Look, this is a democratic war against those who are criminally minded and those who are not criminally minded, who want their country. I'm appealing to all security agencies. This is the time in which they should protect the states, not the person in office.
You have said that the ADC will remove Tinubu and form the government in 2027. Of course, things like this we also said in 2023 about the Labour Party. What is the ADC doing now that the Labour Party didn't do in 2023 that gives you the confidence?
It was a solo run in the Labour Party. But this time it's a combination of quite different people. It didn't have the people like David Mark, Atiku, Amechi in 2023. Yes, some may even have a question. Yeah, are they not the same people that have been with around? Yes, but everybody has an opportunity to turn a new line. Even today, if Mr. President is doing the right thing, I'm sure a lot of Nigerians will be out to support him. If he's doing the right thing. Nobody hates the president. No. Why? He's a human being. You can't hate him. As long as he's doing the right thing, you will even love him the more. Whatever you see us talking about is for him to do the right thing. If he can't do it. But it seems to be that whatever people are talking about does not even get into that particular. So they are perpetually interested in doing most of the wrong thing. And that's because the foundation of the truth has not been established right from the beginning. I've said before that one problem that this particular government has is that they rely on telling people lies, not truth.
But the opposition should be able to highlight those lies.
That is
for
why
Nigerians to follow.
One of the most critical. I've been in opposition political party almost all my life. I've never been in government. And so I've never seen a politicking from day one of the previous election. This particular governance has been like, it went just like that, sham. Because every day it was a new thing to, and the only person have been putting fire on their bomb with all due respect has been His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi. From day one till today. And you can fact check. So that's why when the governor of Bauchi State was saying that Mr. Peter Obi is the leader of the opposition, you cannot question it. Because he has done due diligence what is expected. And the work of an opposition is not because you just want to talk. Anytime you are making references for the government to take an advantage of it and make a correction to it. As of yesterday, how many billions of naira is been passed by law to be taken as loan in the mix of nothing? How do you explain that? And Mr. Obi has been mentioning it every day. I've never seen a politician throughout my politicking. And you are here, you are a journalist. You can confirm which politician have been able to put the government on their toes throughout his session. It's only Mr. Peter Obi. With all due respect to others.
All right, with Kwankwaso and other bigwigs joining the fray, joining the ADC, are you more confident that the ADC will sack Tinubu in 2027?
My belief is that the coming together has been an encouraging situation. More are coming, more are joining. And so it's exciting to see people now coming together in order to change the narrative. The issue is, let's get this country back. This country is sinking. Maybe those who are in it do not see it, but it is sinking. Visually, economically, security-wise, every indices that can make a country better, it is sinking. And anybody who supports it knows, he himself knows in his mind that the country is sinking.
All right, let's look at the feelers from across the country as we head into 2027.
My calculation has been very clear. At the moment now, the North would definitely, with all due respect, because they are the worst hits, and they also collaborated one way or the other to making the government, and they are hit below the belt, and they will take their pound of flesh. I'm not talking about Northwest, Northeast, or North Central. I'm talking about the entirety of the North. Today, we can see what's happening to them. Jos is supposed to be one of the most peaceful, beautiful, loving states of Nigeria, where people love to go to. Both Muslim and Christian is now becoming a scary state. Maiduguri, the same thing. Zamfara, the food basket where they produce grains for Nigerians, same thing. Sokoto is not untouchable. You cannot even go by road. You are scared. I don't know what the situation is in Kaduna. Benungwari has always been annihilated for a long period of time. Our economic situation in the North has completely almost ruined, and deliberately so. So how do you support? In fact, it will be a question mark for you. How do you justify it? Your brothers and your family cannot even go to their farms anymore. Schools is becoming a difficult thing to go to. So how? Would you continue to vote for your situation to continue to undermine you? Then you talk about even the Southeast. The Southeast is the only bloc that is very confirmed 100% that we know that they will all vote for, in mass, will vote for Peter Obi. We all know that. The question you want to ask is that probably the South-South. The South-South follow suit. So there's no escape route. And I can tell you, where I love the Southwest is this. The Southwest, though every part of this country has been embedded with the issue of tribalism, nepotism, and the rest of them. They are high rates. But with the level of education of the Southwestern people, they know one thing is bad and they know one thing is right. And I can tell you, the most educated people in our borders and Southern, they are interested in making sure Nigeria works. And many of them are not happy with this situation. So also sometimes when we had our own situation in the North. We didn't care. We had to push out people who are not doing the right thing. And that is the way Nigerians should think. Nigerians should start thinking about the country, how we work together. It's a lovely sight when you go to Yoruba land and you wear your gobi. It's a lovely sight when you go to the northern part and you wear your Zendabukara on the north. Or what I'm wearing now as an Eastern man, I feel proud of it. This is what the beauty of Nigeria is. And that's why people like us have remained in this particular struggle for a better Nigeria. And will continue to do so. If it's the last breath I take, so be it. But everybody will know that I fought fervently for the unity of this country to make Nigeria a better place. And I do believe in uniting this country as of today. That was why I believe in the presidency of His Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi.
A lot of Nigerians are also worried that if Peter Obi does not get the ticket of ADC, what happens?
If he doesn't get the ticket of ADC. Look, we are not contemplating that. We are out to get it. It's not negotiable for us.
They say in life you are in debt.
Yes.
In the event he does not get
we are not that. You see, the problem is that what you even think about it. Like I told you, we are having a two-edged sword. We are in danger. If you don't catch it, you will sink and die. So the only option you have is grab that particular sword and try to see whether you can survive. So as far as we are concerned now, we want to go in and really ask everybody, please, for the sake of this country, let this man have these tickets. In Kano, therefore, that's my state. When people are talking about the Obidient Movement. Somebody even said that he's going to take the Obidient Movement and take it to this. And I was wondering, you can't give what you don't have. The structure of the Obidient Movement is not in your hands. It's in the hands of the people. We are only coordinating it. Then they've made up their mind. In 2023, it is not possible for you to hear at the gallery of Core North people shouting, Obi, Obi. It's not possible. You didn't hear it. But today you are hearing it. To the glory of Almighty Allah. Because the people have now started seeing the difference. And this is not happening only in Kano. It's happening around the northern part of this country. Now is what we are talking about uniting this country. And Obi is from the southeastern part of this country. He's a Nigerian of credible, impeccable character who wants to change the narrative in this country. And everybody that is knowing knows it. And so when you pair him with a northerner, in the person of Engineer Mr. anything can. So we are talking about building a country, irrespective of your tribe or your religion. Irrespective of your tribe or your religion. But what is the merit that can help in building a new country? And a new country can be rebirthed in no distance now.
Do you know my fears?
Yes, please.
My fear is that the ADC, giving the people the quality of people, no doubt they have some quality people. The pairing might be the beginning of the trouble of the ADC.
Why?
I see it from the context of you are championing the cause of Obi. There are those championing the cause of Atiku. There are those championing the cause of Amechi. And then, of course, we look at their parents. If it doesn't go the way of each of these outstanding figures, what now happens?
The question you will have asked yourself is that, are they interested in building a new Nigeria that will be protected and moving forward? If the interest is that, they have no problem. They will even go back home as heroes because they've helped in saving the country. And that should be our focus at the moment.
Yes, they will tell you they are interested in building a new Nigeria. What I say, maybe when I get there, like most times, we ask ourselves, those of us outside, we seem to see clearer than the politicians when they're on the saddle. So the person can make a promise. We heard Tinubu tell us, if I don't by any means, by anyhow, give you power, when I come for second term, don't vote for me. Can we say he has given us power?
No.
But is he not desperately in need of grabbing power again?
By all means, he's doing so. And the question, that is why we will always shape and put our leaders in the right direction. The most important days for a new leader in a position of office is his first 100 days of office. You have so much, as a scholar, you must have identified the statement of the problem before you can provide solution to it. If you make a statement of the problem, you can now have hypothesis and start research question and research, what would I call it, research hypothesis and the rest of them. And then you design a methodology in trying to solve the problem. In this situation, we have already identified quite a lot of problems. If we strike, Mr. Obi can be able to strike within his first 100 days in office. All Nigerians want is just good roads.
Let me put you on the spot.
Education. All of this, once they start seeing the work, honestly, everybody must be on deck. We need to put everybody to work. It's not a one-man thing. It can never be. Mr. Obi cannot solve all the problems. But once he gets the right mind of the people to start thinking and them trying to solve a problem, everybody will join.
All right, let me follow you. Let me move beyond the nomination and assume that he gets the nomination of the ADC. And in the North, we also know how they vote many a times. Has Peter Obi really connected with the man on the streets?
I just gave you an example.
North? Yes, I'm coming. I'm going somewhere.
Yes.
You are from the North.
Yes.
And many a times, we know how voting is decided in the North. Most times, at the Masalachi, the imams give direction, this is where to go. Do you think that His Excellency Peter Obi has connected to that point where anybody can say, yes, this is the man for us in the North?
At the moment, I can tell you, yes, he has connected. And my reasons is this. We were in Kaduna. We met the number 2 person who is in charge of the Izalatul Bidiawa Ikamati Sinna, Sheikh Sambori Gachukwu. At that point, we visited him first before because he was building an Islamic school for the children. So Peter Obi became very interested in that, and he promised him that he was going to come again, and he did. When we visited, the thing that the man did was that he took from his own clothes some of the barbarigas and gave Peter Obi as a gift. It stirred up the most unbelievable controversies in the north. His own leader, Sheikh Yahya Jingir in Jos, came out and started making all kinds of allegations. And do you know what Mr. Peter Obi said? He said, I want to meet that man too, so that he can know me. I can know him. He, of course, have not given us the opportunity. But the thing that followed suit was that his own understudents of Sheikh Yahya Jingir were the one replying him. It has never happened before. And that was when I knew that Mr. Peter Obi has connected with the people on the ground. And today, if you go to the mosques, I swear to God Almighty Allah, I doubt if there will be one single mosque that will have the courage to promote the candidature of any APC candidate.
In the north?
I stand to be corrected.
So why are people flocking from the National Assembly to the governors? Why are they flocking to the APC?
Wait and see. Wait and see when the result will come. Just wait and see. We are all here. Then by that time you can bring me back and say, and do me like Mahdi Mohammed and say, but you said so happened. And I will reply to you. Because at that time, it means that the people are not yet full with the suffering. But I can tell you at the moment now, what I see, what I hear, and what I've been seeing in the social media. You may come to social media because that's when the Malams are speaking. The Malams are not stupid. They love comfort too. They love to have their home full with food and everywhere. And they knew what their promises were being made to them earlier on, and they were disappointed. And so today is a different ball game entirely. We are looking for survivor. Survivor is the word. Survivor is the word. There will be serious attempts in order to bribe them. They will take the money and they will not vote.
All right, let's begin to wrap up. You have defended the opposition very well, undoubtedly. But in all honesty, and from the depth of your heart, do you think your party has what it takes to unseat Tinubu in 2027?
With the combination of everybody working together and organizing in a simple manner in order to save the country, watch my word, the idea is to protect and save the country from the dwindling, just like sinking like a submarine. Yes, they have that capacity, considering the situation of the country on ground.
Let's wrap up this way. When will we end this borrowing? Now, at the point we are told we've entered 155 trillion naira debt following the latest $6 billion approval for the president by the National Assembly. For you, are you worried with this mounting debt?
Extremely worried. Extremely worried. We can end it when we have a new government who have the interests of protecting the country at heart. Remember, when Peter Obi was the governor of Anambra State, he didn't borrow every single money from anywhere. And yet, he left 75 billion naira in the coffers of the country, of the states.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Tanko Yinusa is the global coordinator of the Obidient Movement.
Thank you very much.